This game can't be safe. It wasn't ever meant to be safe. It's a full contact sport.
That was longtime NHL executive Brian Burke and his deposition in the ongoing concussion lawsuit with the NHL. We're joined by senior correspondent Rick Westhead. This is part 2 of our 5-part series, NHL Under Oath. Today we're going to talk about player safety and just how exactly these depositions from NHL executives relate to that.
Well, in connection with the lawsuit, many NHL executives had to testify under oath, including 5 team owners, the Commissioner Gary Bettman, and Brian Burke. The documents are heavily redacted, but they do show glimpses of how the NHL is dealing with concussions. When longtime executive Brian Burke was asked under oath about the safety of hockey, he responded this way.
This is a full contact sport. It was designed to be a full contact sport. Anytime you have the puck or have just released the puck, you can get hit. I'm not asking you a rhetorical question back, but I think it's obvious. How do you make that game completely safe? The answer is you can't. It's as silly to me as saying, let's make, you know what, we're going to change the NFL. We're going to make it completely safe. Really? You think anyone's going to watch? I can watch flag football in my neighborhood any day I want. So that's what I'm saying, is we can't make it safe. The players don't want it safe. They want hitting.
So Brian Burke talks about the NFL and the NHL, and they have 2 very different approaches. On TSN.ca, your column today talks about a concussion poster that the NHL had in dressing rooms. What have you learned about the differences in the 2 approaches?
Well, in 2010, the NFL mandated an educational poster be put up in all locker rooms. The very bluntly worded poster explains facts and symptoms of concussions. Now, 3 years later, the NHL and the NHLPA followed the NFL's lead and posted this poster in all dressing rooms around the league. Once again, signs and symptoms were a big part of the poster. But there are 2 very big differences in these posters. In the NFL poster, it states, repetitive brain injuries may cause permanent damage to your brain. It also states they may cause the early onset of dementia, both of which did not appear on the NHL posters.
It's an interesting difference. Why did the NHL and the NHLPA decide not to have those items on those posters?
Well, NHL lawyer Julie Grand, who is a member of the NHL Players Association Concussion Working Group, wrote an email to Dr. John Rizos, a medical consultant for the Players Association. I think the written statement seems alarmist and seems to suggest the consequences listed could result from having 1 concussion. According to Dr. Rizos' deposition, with the deletion of dementia from the posters, he believes the NHL lawyer was, quote, watering down the warning.
And of course, you have a whole lot more in your column on TSN.ca. We'll be back with part 3 tomorrow, where we will talk about fighting. Our senior correspondent, Rick Westhead.